Hello again, friends. It is so nice to see you again. I hope you've been having a good day. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me again. So, today I have had a day of self care, much needed mental health day, a much needed do whatever and only what Camille wants to do kind of day. A only want to talk to the people I'm related to kind of day. Y'all have had those kind of days, I'm sure. So I was lucky enough to be able to take one of those days all for myself today, and it has been such a joy. I slept in this morning, got up slow, wandered around the house for a bit, decided what I wanted to eat for lunch. On a self care day, it's mandatory for me to have some sort of dining experience. Food is definitely the way I comfort myself. So I spent some time in that decision and settled on Cracker Barrel. Y'all can sound off in the comments if you have opinions about Cracker Barrel. But fun fact, Cracker Barrel was my first job. So there's something that's still really comforting and nostalgic about Cracker Barrel to me. So whatever. I felt like a cornbread muffin and a biscuit would certainly heal my spirit. And I was not wrong. So I went to Cracker Barrel for lunch, enjoyed that, took my time and ate. Then I headed back towards home and went to the park in my neighborhood. I sat there and I read a little bit of this book, which is Murder by Cheesecake by Rachel Ekstrom Courage. I actually met her at a book signing. She went like on a book signing tour, and she stopped at the Half Price Books in my area, and I went to that and got a chance to meet her and ask some questions about the book. It wasn't this one that she is on tour for. It's the newer one. So this is the first Golden Girls book in her series, and then she's got another one, Death on the Lanai, which is the one that she was doing the tour for. So I got her to sign that one for me and write a special message in the book, which was "Do it for the plot." That's kind of like my catchphrase, or my my, what do you call it? Anywho, that's my saying for kind of this year, I guess. That's really the mode I've been in. Just do it for the plot. So it was really a pleasure to meet her. So after I read Death on the Lanai, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and go back and buy the first book as well, which is this one, Murder by Cheesecake. So I've just started this today. It is such a fun read. I really love these books because it's fun to read a book where you actually already know the characters. I've not ever done that before. I'm fairly new to like reading. I mean, of course, I've read books before, but it's a newer hobby for me. So very interesting to read something where I already know Dorothy and Sophia and Blanche and Rose. I already know like their voices. I know their personalities. So it really makes the book easy to read and just like fun to dive into, because I can totally see them getting into these shenanigans and hijinks that they are in the book. So I did that, went to the park, read some book, came back home, sat outside in the car for a minute, because a lot of y'all might be like that too, where you decompress in the car. I don't know what it is about just sitting in the car before you go in the house, take a breather, whatever. So I did that for a bit. And now I'm inside. And what I want to do now for the next part of my relaxing self-care day is color. And so I thought this was a good time for y'all to join me. Whatever you're doing today, I hope is relaxing and that you're enjoying it. And maybe you want to pick up a coloring book as well, and we can do this together. So the book I'm going to color in, I have had for ages. It is this Anti-Stress Color by Numbers book. I figured it was a good fit for today because I am all about anti-stress on a self-care day. So I like this because it allows me to not have to make decisions. So I love coloring. I do find it to be very relaxing, but sometimes like it stresses me out to be like, now what color do I want to make her pants, and what color? It's too much. So this color by number takes the decision making out of it, and you can just go by what they tell you. So it's got some really interesting photos. I've done a few already. I don't know if I can find some of the ones I've done. Like, look, 2024. That's wild. I've had this for a little bit. But I didn't know which picture I wanted to color today. So I have this one marked, some flowers. Maybe I want to do that. I don't know. Or I've got this kind of crazy zany one. That looks a little bit intense for today. Or maybe this one. I really like this. I like the hearts. I'm really a girly girl, and I feel like you can never go wrong with hearts. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Seems simple enough. It might be kind of quick for me to finish. If I don't finish while we're together today, I will finish, hopefully. And maybe I will just make a quick little short video to show y'all the finished product. But I'm going to go ahead and start this one. Usually I use different colored pencils than the ones I'm going to use today. So in the back of the book, they have a list of the colors. Let me get this out of here so I can show you. So they have a list of the colors and what number they are. So I kind of like wrote the equivalent color for some certain color pencils that I used to use in this book, so that I will remember like what mid blue means to me in my colored pencils. But I'm using different colored pencils today, so we're kind of gonna wing it. Let's see. Let us see. So on the hearts, oh, I lost the page. Gotta find my hearts again. Anywho, as always, do tell me in the comments how you've been doing. Tell me how your day is going. If you are having a self-care day, what does that mean? Oh, y'all, I can't find my hearts anymore. I dropped the page. That's why I had them marked at the beginning. I don't want to turn pages all day. Okay, I found it. All right, so it looks like this consists of, I'm going to need a color number 4, which is red. Oh, and these are the colored pencils I'm using. They are brand spanking new, and I've had these for a long time, and they're all sharpened to a perfect point, so apparently I've never used them. So there's a first for everything. So I need red, just a regular old red. That's number 4. Red. I need a 15, which is orange. Just this regular old orange. Orange. I need a 2, which is mid pink. And my other colored pencils, I referred to that as rose. Let's see if this box has a rose. We got a bubblegum pink. We got a regular pink. We've got salmon. I think I'll go with bubblegum pink. And then I need a number 2, which is a pale pink. I'll use this as pale pink. I might switch those when I put them next to each other. This looks more pale pink, and that's more mid pink. We're gonna see. I have to make a decision. I didn't want to make decisions. That was the point. Then I need number 1, which is, oh, leave white. Beautiful, easy. 11, mid blue. Kind of blue is this? Cool, gray. Can I see? I'll use turquoise for mid blue. 12, dark blue. There's a navy. Then I need 10. Oh, did I say 10? Oh, Lord, y'all. 10, 11, 12. No, I need all three blues. Pale blue, mid blue, dark blue. Okay. This is going to go unwell, I fear. But we will see. I think I need to reconsider my blues. There's so many options here. So if I need all three, 10, 11, 12, pale, mid, and light. Or pale, mid, and pale, mid, and dark blue. So this one's light. Where's regular old blue? Okay. That was more complicated than it needed to be. Then I need 6, 8, and 9, which is a light green, a mid green, and a dark green. Okay. Lime green, where's lime fit in that? Jade, there's a lot of greens in here. Yellow green. In a minute, I'm just gonna let my artistic vibes flow and forget these numbers, but I want it to come out how they intended it to. So that was 6, 8, 9. Light green, mid green, dark green. There's my dark green. We'll call these light and mid. Then we need 18, 19, and 20, which is lavender, mid purple, and deep purple. I keep getting drawn to this magenta one, and I'm like, that is not what I'm looking for. I keep picking it up. Can Orchid pass for one of these shades of purple? These colors are so oddly specific. Raspberry. Is that purple or not? Mauve. I've yet to pull purple out of this thing. Let me find out we don't have regular purple. Okay, there we go. Purple. That was 18, 19, 20. Again was lavender, mid purple, deep purple. I like these three. Do they qualify? I don't know, but I like them. And I think that's all the colors we need. The boxes seem to repeat themselves after that. 8, 9, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to try to keep these in some form of order. We'll see. Well, so much for the order. Y'all, this is supposed to be a stress-free day. It's not happening that way. And hopefully you guys can get a good old view of the coloring process. Let's see. All right. Where do we want to start? For red, we'll start there. Man, it's like 49 minutes of getting ready to relax. It's insane. So while we're on the topic of self-care days, again, I ask, what does self-care mean to you? Does it mean like pedicures and spa days? Does it mean like taking yourself out to eat like I did? Does it mean watching your favorite movie that you can quote 100 times back to back with no mistakes? What does self-care mean to y'all? I listened to a podcast called Brown Girl Self-Care. It is intended for Black women. It is hosted by a Black woman. And I love this podcast. I found it probably about a year and a half ago now, at a time in my life when I really needed a self-care podcast. I was going through some life changes and it was just right on time. I remember the first episode of hers I listened to, she was speaking about, I'm probably going to botch this because I can't really remember exactly, but she was speaking of, I think, the 3 or the 4 S's, which were like solitude, silence, or stillness. I can't remember all of them. Something along those lines. But I just remember the first time that I listened to it, I was like, wow, you don't think of those kind of things as self-care usually, right? Like sitting in stillness, sitting in solitude. Surrender was one of them. I remember that. We don't think of those kind of things off the bat when we're like, oh, I need some self-care. You're not like, let me go sit by myself. Especially me, because I was never really a person that enjoyed, I guess, my own company. I always felt like I needed friends around, or I needed to like be on the phone or have some sort of company. But baby, I tell you, keep living. Keep living. You will grow to appreciate those still and silent moments. Those moments with just you and no input from anyone else, no expectations to meet from someone else. It's there's something to that. There's something to that. And so when I heard that episode of hers, that being my first impression of the podcast, I was like, whoa, this lady has got something to say. And I've stuck with it. I've stuck with that show for nearly 2 years now. And today she had an episode. Well, I don't think it came out today, but I listened to it today. an episode where she talked about not really being sure if her idea of self care is really self care. Um, oh, y'all, I think I missed a color 14 mid yellow. But she said, you know, as she talks about, um, as she talks about protecting yourself and honoring your humanity. That's a phrase she uses pretty often. Honoring your humanity and, you know, being true to who you are and things like that. She talks about those sorts of topics, and she questioned herself in the episode I listened to today, like, is that really self-care? Because she looked at, you know, when you look up self-care on a social media platform, are you finding that kind of content? And she's like, no, you don't find that kind of content. You find something that's so, I think she called it pink, you know, so girly, I guess, or so like curated and, oh, self-care, this means I'm, you know, using my special skincare and I'm doing this and doing that, and it's about beauty and it's about aesthetics and vibes and stuff like that. But self-care truly is so much more than a good facial. You know, I mean, it is that too. I'm not knocking that for anyone, but I was in total agreement with her and the concept of her show, and where self-care is about you on the inside. It's about how you feel. It's about what you need to continue to show up and be your best self, like on the day to day. And I don't know. I just her show really resonates with me because I don't think enough of us take time to stop and think about that part of caring for ourselves. So I love the show. And to that podcast host, Bree, if you ever look at my podcast, please keep going, sis, because you're putting out such an important message. Such an important message. And people are listening. I'm listening. I've been listening. And sometimes you need an outside voice to remind you that, like, it's okay to not be following the social media norms, or it's okay to need to care for yourself in a way that's different from what other people need or what other people say they need. If a spa day helps your best friend, beautiful. If it does nothing for you, then keep finding what you need, right? There's no one way, there's no right or wrong way, but I appreciate her show for kind of opening people's minds to other options for self-care or other aspects of it, I guess. These pinks look identical. This is going to be not my favorite box, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. And how many of us wait until we're like 100% burnt out to even think about self-care? Is that you? Are you like, no, I don't deserve a break. I don't need to stop. I can't slow down. I got things to do. People need me. The work's not done. Is that you? I feel like that's a lot of us. That should not be the way that we are taking care of ourselves, you know? It is okay to put your needs first, and it is okay to take a stinking break. Hmm. Leave white. Okay, well, that's just a pink and white box, y'all. Hmm. Okay. 12. A dark blue. But I highly recommend the other podcast, Brown Girl Self Care, if you are, in fact, a brown girl. I think there's a lot of valuable takeaways in each and every episode. She shares a lot of her personal life, which helps make it feel very real and very relatable because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We all going through something. We all need a little support. We all need somebody to listen to us. So I like that about her show as well. And it's so funny how things come to you right when you need them. Like when I found her podcast, I just had an experience where a lot of the women that are important to me had come together and they poured into me in a way that I will never forget and I will be forever grateful for. And I went home from that experience with like a desire to, I guess, like find myself. I don't know. With a desire to like live fully, I guess, the way that I really wanted to. I don't know, but it was something about such a pure and honest conversation with the women that I know love me and have my best interest at heart. And I came home and I said, let me find a podcast about self-care for black girls. And I stumbled upon Brown Girl Self-Care and it was just like, wow, this exists. Perfect. Beautiful. I listened to that first episode and was hooked. Was hooked. So with that, I guess, remember that you don't have to like be confused alone. Seek community. If you don't have community around you, seek it on social media. Seek it on YouTube. There are creators out there that are making content that can really help you. The lady who makes Brown Girl Self Care does not know me from Adam's house cat. And so she doesn't know that, like, she's been pivotal in major shifts in my life. But she has. So, whatever it takes for you to find an outlet or find support, do that. Search for that. Seek that out. Because you don't know. It might be as easy as finding a podcast. And there will be something in there that you can take away, and it can make just the change in your life that you are looking for. Not gonna lie, this pattern is starting to like make me cross-eyed. I better watch the clock. The fact that I even thought I might finish this is probably crazy because I've not made it very far, and I think we've already been together for like 30 minutes. So I'll probably hold you about an hour. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what's your fancy. Do you like long episodes of stuff? What's that sweet spot? I tend to enjoy like a 45-minute to an hour type show. But depending on what you're doing while you listen to / watch me, you might need it to be longer. Are you on a road trip? Well, I hope you're not watching YouTube while you're on a road trip unless you're the passenger princess, but you can also just be listening. Are you doing a workout and you need me to go for a solid hour because you're on the treadmill for an hour? Okay. On to the next one. I color so hard, y'all. My fingers are getting like cramped up. I'm like, oh my gosh. Girl, calm down. See, that's why I needed a stress relief book now. Because I'm getting crazy. This is supposed to be my dark green? See, I'm just doing whatever I want to do, y'all. I'm really interested to hear, though, what are you all's thoughts and opinions and your approach to self-care in general? So please do drop comments about that. And please do go check out Brown Girl Self-Care. I think if you're listening to me, then that show's probably also your vibe. Because you like relaxing, and I think she's a good show for you. Worth trying it out. I keep forgetting what number this is I'm coloring. Okay. 9. Your girl's eyes are not good. Okay. These little numbers mean nothing to me. I'm like, what does that say? Is that an 8? Is that a 9? What is it? 8 is mid green. Okay. have a real thing with being tense all the time. Anybody else like that? Y'all ever see those posts on social media that are like, sis, relax your jaw, drop your shoulders? They be talking to me. My hand this whole time, if y'all saw, this left hand's been like, I'm like, girl, calm down. Calm down. Sheesh. Even when I'm like relaxing in the bed, like I'll be watching TV and notice that like my legs are tense, like I'm scrunching up my knees or something. Woo, I don't know what kind of issue that is. For those of you who do actively practice self care, how often are you doing that? Do you have like a non-negotiable self-care schedule? Like, on Sundays is my self-care day, or like at least once a month I'm going to get a massage or anything like that. I hope there is at least one of you watching that does have that, so you can leave us instructions in the comments. It's so easy to overlook yourself, right? It's so easy to put it off, put it off, put it off, put it off, like I mentioned earlier, and then not take a self-care moment until you're about to go crazy, like literally crash out. I think we'd be much better off if we did prioritize adding it in on a consistent basis before we get to the crash out point. So if you do that, please do tell, how did you set that up in your life? What did you have to do? What boundaries did you set in order to make sure you have that time for you? I like the green box. That's pretty. What's next? 20 deep purple. Trying to keep this nice so y'all can see. It's getting a little tight. Okay. I know I mentioned on the first episode that my sister and I had a music podcast. Music is definitely a big part of self-care in my opinion as well. Like, I went through a period of time where I wasn't listening to music as much. I don't know why. It may have just been my increasing love for podcasts. It was taking me away from music, but if you put on some of your favorite music, it will really pull you together. It will heal you. So, like, what do y'all listen to if music is part of your self-care routine? What kind of things are you listening to? Is there a particular artist or just a particular vibe? I tend to lean towards older stuff in my self care moments. Like, I want to listen to what I was listening to in high school. I want to listen to whatever I was listening to the last time I was real happy. Because music is definitely tied to emotions and time, at least for me. Y'all, what color was I doing? No, 20. Okay. Thought I messed something up. What's y'all's favorite color of this picture so far? My favorite color in general is pink, but that is not my favorite in this photo so far. I think the green is hitting me. Well, we're rounding about 45 minutes, I think. So I might go ahead and let you guys go. But I do plan to finish this picture. So I'll be sure to share that with you as well, as to not leave you hanging. You got to see the finished product. I hope that if you're having a self-care day that you are enjoying it. I hope that if you need a self-care day that you take it. And I do mean take it. Don't wait on somebody to give it to you. Take your self-care day and enjoy it. I wish you wellness and peace. And I hope that you'll join me again next time I feel like chatting. Thank you again for joining me. I hope this was somewhat relaxing for you, like it was for me. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.